Obesity is a major worldwide public health problem. The World Health Organization defines being overweight or obese as having abnormal or an excessive amount of fat accumulation that can impair health. Being overweight or obese can cause high risk factors of getting a chronic disease. Some of these include diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer. Population data has found that 50% of pregnant women are either overweight or obese at the beginning of their pregnancy. Being overweight or obese at the beginning of pregnancy can cause significant health, pregnancy, and birth complications. The main complication occurring is high infant birth weight. Other complications include miscarriage, difficulties in detecting defects and anomalies in ultrasounds, and problems for the mother including anesthesia complications, depression, and difficulties with breastfeeding. This video will look at a research study based on antenatal lifestyles of obese and overweight women, with the major research question in this paper being whether the provision of antenatal lifestyle to overweight or obese pregnant women was effective in improving maternal and infant health outcomes. Women were gathered from 3 major metropolitan hospitals in Adelaide, South Australia. These women had to have a BMI of equal to or more than 25, a single pregnancy, be at 10 to 20 weeks through their pregnancy, and not have type 1 or 2 diabetes. The women had their height, weight, and BMI calculated, which was put into a randomization service to place the women into one of 2 groups randomly. Group 1 had lifestyle interventions including changes in diet, exercise, and behavioral strategies. Group 2 received care that is given to all pregnant women following statewide perinatal guidelines. Researchers recorded data on both the mother and child, and researchers not a part of conducting the trial analyzed the results. There were many women and children part of this research. Of the women in the study, 42.1% were overweight and 57.9% were obese. There was no significance between the 2 groups when looking at the risk of a baby being born large for gestational age, but found that women in Group 1 had a lesser chance of having a baby weigh more than 4,000 grams. There were no differences between the 2 groups when looking at the occurrence of preterm births. Researchers found no significant differences between the 2 groups when looking at risks and complications with labor and birth. No differences in total gestational weight gain. Main outcomes found was that giving lifestyle advice to women that were overweight or obese whilst pregnant will not decrease the likelihood of a baby being large for gestational weight or help maternal outcomes, although it was found to significantly lower the risk of a baby being born with a weight over 4,000 grams. Good factors of this study include the measurements, sample size, and achievable interventions. Some of the limitations included the ethnicity of the women a part of the study and mostly being of high social disadvantage. Future studies will look at enhancing maternal, pregnancy, and birth outcomes. Future studies can achieve this by changing the interventions of Group 1 and making them more intense, as well as using different medications to improve health.